Hi, welcome to Sunil Maths tutorial. In this video, we prove an integral by using Laplace transforms. Let us see that. Prove that integral 0 to infinity sine of x square dx is equals to half into square root of pi by 2. So to prove this integral, let us take L of f of t is equals to integral 0 to infinity sine of tx square dx. Observe that we define f of t as an integral 0 to infinity sine of tx square dx. Now calculate Laplace transform of f of t. L of f of t. What is the definition of L of f of t? Yes, that is the definition. You observe that here I marked with red color. That is the definition of Laplace transform of a function. The Laplace transform of a function is defined by integral 0 to infinity e power minus pt f of t dt. So this step is nothing but the definition of Laplace transforms of a function f of t. Now substitute f of t. So integral 0 to infinity sine of tx square dx. Now we get this integral 0 to infinity, again integral 0 to infinity e power minus pt sine of tx square dt. Here you observe that I colored with red color flower brackets. So that integral is nothing but Laplace transform of sine tx square. That can be written as Laplace transform of sine tx square. In the right side, I write the formula L of sine at is equals to a by p square plus a square. L of sine at is equals to a by p square plus a square. Put a is equals to x square. You get this integral. Integral 0 to infinity x square divided by p square plus x square whole square dx. So right. Now that is nothing but integral 0 to infinity x square divided by p square plus x power 4 dx. To solve this integral, we use the substitution method. Put x is equals to root p tan theta. What is dx? Dx is equals to 1 by 2 root p tan theta into derivative of tan theta secant square theta d theta. P is constant. So again the limits. What is the lower limit? 0. If lower limit x is equals to 0, then automatically theta is equals to 0. The upper limit x is equals to infinity implies theta is equals to pi by 2. So limits from 0 to infinity takes the form limits from 0 to pi by 2. And what is x square? X is equals to root p tan theta. So x square is equals to p tan theta. In the denominator we have as it is p square x power 4. X power 4 is nothing but p square tan square theta. And what is dx? Observe that dx is equals to 1 by 2 root p tan theta p secant square theta d theta. Yes. Let us simplify that integral. In the numerator we have p square, p into p square, tan theta secant square theta. By making p square common, we get 2p square into 1 plus tan square theta into root p into root tan theta. By applying trigonometric formula, 1 plus tan square theta is nothing but secant square theta. 1 plus tan square theta is nothing but secant square theta. So secant square theta get cancelled. We get this step integral 0 to pi by 2 root tan theta by root p into root tan theta into d theta. So integration with respect to theta. So you can write 1 by 2 root p outside the integral. So integral 0 to pi by 2 square root of tan theta d theta, which is nothing but 1 by 2 root p integral 0 to pi by 2 root tan theta can be written as root sin theta by root cos theta d theta. That is nothing but integral 1 by 2 root p integral 0 to pi by 2 sin theta whole power 1 by 2 cos theta whole power 1 by 2. Observe that we are solving this integral by using Laplace transforms. So that's why we use beta function here. There is an integral 0 to 1 x power 2m minus 1 minus x power 2n minus 1 dx is equals to gamma of m into gamma of n divided by 2 into gamma of m plus n. In this integral, if you put x is equals to sine square theta, then 1 minus x is equals to x is equals to cos square theta. 1 minus x is equals to cos square theta. By substituting these two terms, we get integral 0 to pi by 2 sin power 2m minus 1 theta cos power 2n minus 1 theta d theta is equals to gamma of m into gamma of n divided by 2 into gamma of m plus n. This is the required, which is known as beta integral also, which is known as beta integral also. In this integral, let us comparing our integral with this one. Let us comparing our integral. What is 2m minus 1? You get 1 by 2. What is 2n minus 1? You get minus 1 by 2. 2m minus 1 is equals to 1 by 2. And cos power 2n minus 1, cos power minus 1 by 2. Both the cases, m is equals to 3 by 4, n is equals to 1 by 4. The value of m is equals to 3 by 4 and n is equals to 1 by 4 because 2m minus 1 is equals to 1 by 2 and 2n minus 1 is equals to minus 1 by 2. Minus 1 by 2. And what is RHS? Gamma of m into gamma of n divided by 2 into gamma of m plus n. So applying this beta integral to our integration, it becomes gamma of 1 by 4 into gamma of 3 by 4 divided by 2 into gamma of 1 by 4 plus 3 by 4. That is nothing but gamma of 1 by 4 into gamma of 1 minus 1 by 4 divided by gamma of 1. Again, we get this gamma of n into gamma of 1 minus n. Gamma of n into gamma of 1 minus n is equals to pi by sin n pi. Pi by sin n pi. Here the numerator we have, the value of n is 1 by 4. The value of n is 1 by 4. Substitute in this formula. Put n is equals to 1 by 4 in this formula. We get this numerator. So pi by sin pi by 4. Pi by sin pi by 4. What about gamma of 1? Gamma of 1 is always equivalent to 1. Gamma of 1 is always equivalent to 1. That's it. So what is sin pi by 4? 1 by root 2. By simplifying all the terms, we get root 2 pi divided by 2 root 2 root 2 root p. This 4 can be written as root 2 into 2. And finally, after simplifying, we get pi by 2 root 2 into root p. Pi by 2 root 2 into root p. Therefore, L of f of t is equals to pi divided by, L of f of t is equals to pi divided by 2 root 2 into root p. What is f of t? Let us shift this Laplace operator to right side. Laplace operator to right side. You get L inverse of pi by 2 root 2 into root p. Pi by 2 root 2 is constant. So we get pi by 2 root 2 into L inverse of 1 by p. Observe the formula. L inverse of 1 by root p is equals to 1 by square root of pi t. Practice this formula. L inverse of 1 by root p is equals to 1 by square root of pi t. By applying that formula, we get f of t is equals to pi by 2 root 2 into square root of pi t. And what is f of t? F of t is nothing but an integral 0 to infinity sin of t x square dx is equals to root pi divided by 2 root 2 by root t. Here we have root pi, here we have pi. So here we get root pi because pi by root pi, you get root pi. And put t is equals to 1 in this integral, we get integral 0 to infinity sin x square dx is equals to pi by 2 root 2, which is nothing but 1 by 2 into square root of pi by 2. Observe that this is a different method to solve this integral by using Laplace transforms, and which is important for our end semester examination for 10 mark section. To solve this problem, you must learn some formulas. Let us see the formulas. L inverse of 1 by root p, 1 by square root of pi t, and gamma of n into gamma of 1 minus n, gamma of n into gamma of 1 minus n, pi by sin n pi, and beta integral or beta function, integral 0 to pi by 2 sin power 2m minus 1 cos power 2n minus 1 d theta is equals to gamma of m into gamma of n divided by 2 into gamma of m plus n. This is very, very important integral, which is also known as beta integral. By using this integral, we get the values of m and n, 3 by 4 and 1 by 4. After that, you have to learn some differentiation formulas and trigonometry. Derivative of tan theta is secant square theta, and 1 plus tan square theta is equals to secant square theta. And also practice this Laplace transform formula. L of sin at is equals to a by p square plus a square. and the definition of Laplace transform of a function L of f of t is equals to integral 0 to infinity e power minus pt f of t dt. So practice the formulas, then the solution of the problem becomes very simple and easy. Wish you all the best. Keep learning.